more youthful appearance. And that's a really simple way to think of it, but people don't like that timeline. And I tell them, no matter what, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, any skincare regime that's powerful, that's a treatment, that's efficacious, you're looking at a good 4 to 6 weeks, maybe upwards of 8 weeks, just like in our study, to see that clinical difference because of that 35 to 57 day human adult skin cell turnover
Interesting. So we're going to get that increased turnover, which means we're going to see that radiant skin, that firmer skin. We're going to get that beautiful looking skin.
That's our goal, and that's what we want. We want to give people more youthful expression. That's really what it does. And it's so funny. People will they'll jump right on board with makeup, and they'll jump on board with jewelry, and they'll jump on the current trends with fashion, but people really often ignore their skin. And especially during the summer, we like to empower them with a product that you can use so that you have to wear less makeup, so that you can have a more natural look. It allows you, especially in warm weather, to really use less during the day because you're using a treatment at night.
Exactly, and you don't have to put so much makeup on because your skin looks great. The other thing I wanted to quickly mention also is that if you're spending X amount of dollars on your favorite skincare line, imagine if you teamed it up with the powerhouse that is Retinol NX, because now that can do its job that much better too.
Very true. Some people need a moisturizer, they need a thick humectant moisturizer. I personally don't. I have a very oily complexion, but if you do, no problem. You just simply make sure you apply this first because it needs to come in contact with your skin, but then you can simply use your normal regime right afterwards.
All right, wonderful. So again, use those 4 interest-free pays. We've given you an extra easy pay for the visit with Neutrogena Dermatologics. Dr. Will Kirby is here, and you've probably seen him on television. He has his own practice as a dermatologist in Beverly Hills as well, and he's passing on his professional experience and his partnership with Neutrogena Dermatologics, bringing the Retinol NX product to us here in Canada exclusively. Now, I know we're going to share with you again what is going to happen when you get this home.
Well, let's take a look here. You know, this is a great animation. It makes things very, very simple. As we age, our skin cell cycle slows down, and the cells turn over very slowly. What this product does is it penetrates the surface of those cells, penetrates that stratum corneum, the upper epidermal layer, and it increases surface cell turnover. So it diminishes the look of fine lines, diminishes the look of wrinkles, really gives a more youthful complexion overall. And that's really what people like. The human eye judges youth based on uniformity. It likes to see skin that's uniform in terms of tone and texture and lack of wrinkles, lack of fine lines. So when you diminish the look of those fine lines, you diminish the look of those wrinkles, the human eye really associates that with beauty and with youth.
All right, let's talk about how there are lots of retinol products out there.
I'm glad you mentioned this. In the retinol world, you get what you pay for. And there's a huge discrepancy in the quality of retinols available today. And there's so much confusion. People will, they'll go to a store, they'll ask someone for their opinion, and there's so many different products that contain retinol. All retinols are not created equal. There's only one retinol that I know that's patented, and this is it right here in terms of stabilization. 17 patents on this stabilized retinol, and that's so incredibly important. The reason is the strength that you get on the first day you use it is the same strength that you get on the 60th day when the bottle is empty. And that's so important because what happened in the past? People used a little retinol on the first day. It was too irritating or maybe not efficacious. That they used more, then they had to use less, then they used more. They went back and forth, and it started a vicious cycle. The beauty of this product is the tiniest little bit every single night allows you to use compliance and allows you to get a stabilized, efficacious result. So Neutrogena Dermatologics has really made it as simple as possible to get those great clinical results so that you are using a highest quality retinol available.
All right, and this is a 60-day supply, so it has 60-meter doses. You're going to use it at nighttime, and you're going to put it on clean skin before you do anything else, all right? Now, 430-435 is your item number. Why don't we go through some of the great results that you're going to experience with the Retinol NX product after the first use?
This is right after the first use. In a dermatologist study, people noticed a lifted appearance in as fast as 2 minutes with exceptional hydration lasting up to 24 hours. And I challenge you to find a stabilized retinol. 1, find one at all, but 2, find one that offers hydration.
Absolutely.
They do not
Never
exist except right here.
Right.
97% of users showed improvement in the appearance of crow's feet and fine lines. That's 97%. I mean, there should be a different statistics that said hardly anybody didn't improve, because that'd be a more or an equally accurate statement.
Yeah.
And 89% of users showed improvement in the appearance of stubborn forehead wrinkles. So nearly everyone involved in the study at the 4-week mark really showed a great improvement. At 8 weeks, 70% showed improvement in the appearance of stubborn under-eye wrinkles. Now, the eye area is one of the first areas to wrinkle because that skin is so very thin and so very sensitive. This is a retinol product that you can actually use around that eye area and tolerate very, very well, which is once again another unique aspect.
Yes, I was going to say you don't put that around the eyes usually, and no problem.
Well, there's a common sense caution associated with it, and I tell people don't put it in your mouth, obviously, don't put it in your eyes, obviously, but you can do a thin layer to the entire face. It's a full facial treatment, so you don't have to target specific areas. You can use a thin layer to the entire face.
Fabulous. $75, 4 interest-free pays of $18.75. We've got the clinicals, we've got the technology, the exclusivity in Canada right here at the Shopping Channel. It is the Neutrogena Dermatologics Retinol NX Serum. Now, this is completely different to any type of retinol that you've ever tried before, any retinol product out there. They're not created equally, and also Neutrogena that you can buy at your local drugstore is not Neutrogena Dermatologics. I really want to stress that to you. Yes, they're part of the same family, but this is a completely different division. It's science, it's technology, it is absolutely in a league of its own, isn't it, Will?
Oh, so much so. It's the specialized professional division of Neutrogena, and what that means is they partnered scientists and dermatologists and gave them the goal of coming up with superior products for the more discriminating client. And that's exactly what they came up with, and this is the first product from Neutrogena Dermatologics. It's really been such a popular product because I think it works so incredibly well.
And find out for yourself. With a 30-day money-back guarantee, you've got nothing to lose except, as we were saying, the issues of the crow's feet, you know, the fine lines, the stubborn lines on the forehead. Maybe it's the firmness as well because things get slack.
Oh, very much so. I mean, it does improve the visual signs of collagen loss. It doesn't help collagen per se, but it helps with improve the appearance of that area where you have lost collagen. So it's phenomenal, those fine lines, those wrinkles, all of the signs of aging. If you said to me, Dr. Kirby, you can say one phrase about this product, what I would say, superior anti-aging results. And by that I mean it's for anybody who is showing the signs of aging and wants to improve those, and it's also for anybody who has not quite yet shown the signs of aging but wants to prophylactically prevent the signs of aging on their face.
That's right. Preventative measures, very important, but also if you are at that part in your life where you're saying, who's that looking back at me, and you're not happy with what you see, add this into the arsenal because already I'm sure that you're on a skincare regimen, and if you are thinking, you know what, I want to kick it up a few notches, this is a perfect companion to the skincare collection that you're using right now. It's the first product from Neutrogena Dermatologics. They chose us as their partner to actually launch it in Canada, completely exclusive. So we're so excited to have them on board today. We've given you an extra interest-free pay. So for $18.75, this is going to, again, just give you incredible results, cutting-edge technology. If you thought you couldn't use retinol, like myself, you kind of steered clear. This is not the retinol that you're used to.
Correct.
This is completely different. With the Tetrol E as well, why is it that this is stabilized and gentle enough for somebody like myself?
Well, let's talk about the stabilization process, which is really unique. From the way it is manufactured in the lab to the way it's packaged at the factory, and even the way it's shipped and the way it's packaged now with the top
Twist.
that locks in.
Yep.
Every single thing about it, and also this is porcelain glass that cannot be penetrated by UV light, so it can't break down in the bottle. There's so many different ways, in fact 17 patents that went into the stabilization process, and that's why it's so incredibly efficacious over the course of its use. That is one of the major reasons why the product itself is very, very tolerable. It also contains antioxidants which help with the make it more tolerable, and then the Tetrol E helps quite a bit as well. Now that said, the way it works, we talked about it, let's briefly discuss it again. It increases surface cell turnover. While you may see a little bit of peely skin, a little bit of redness, a little bit of flakiness, a little bit of dryness, that is 100% normal, and I'm actually encouraged by that because what it means is it's increasing the surface cell turnover.
Getting things moving.
Getting things moving. Over the course of that 35 to 57-day period, or about 4 to 8 weeks, you'll really notice some clinical improvement. And that may be accompanied by a little bit of that dryness and redness, like I said, but that's very, very normal, and I'm very, very encouraged by that. So don't stop. You can just use a tiny little bit less, but continue to use it every single night because compliance is key with any anti-aging regime.
Exactly. I have it right there. You know, when you're brushing your teeth, you're doing that sort of nighttime regimen. Incorporate the Retinol NX product into your regimen, and it's the first thing that's going to go on your clean skin because you want that to go through the skin first, and then you can put everything else on if you need to. Now, what about sun sensitivity and things like that?
Well, any anti-aging regime, no matter what it is, can make you a little more sun sensitive. And I tell people when they come to my office in Beverly Hills, you have to set up a proprietary hierarchy for your own skin. First and foremost in that hierarchy is a broad spectrum sunscreen. No matter what, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, no matter what climate you live in, you have to use a broad spectrum sunscreen with Helioplex every single day. The next most important thing is using a product with stabilized retinol, and you have to use a retinol you can tolerate, and that stabilization process makes the retinol very, very tolerable. But even more so, people come to my office, they bring a bag of products they've used and purchased and they got from a friend, they've been gifted. They have so many products and they dump it out on the table and they say, okay, Dr. Kirby, where do I start with all these products? And I say, listen, we have to take a giant step back, start from the beginning and figure out what products work for you. If you have a medicine cabinet, open your medicine cabinet. If it's full of products that you're not using and you're saving for a rainy day and you don't really know why, you can physically and emotionally clear those out because people hold on to these things hoping that one day they're somehow miraculously going to work. If you're using a product and it isn't working for you or you're saving a product for some reason, start all over. Start with a really simple regime. Should take you about 1 minute a day to do it. Broad spectrum sunscreen every single day. Stabilized retinol every single night.